हेलो
हेलो
बिट्टू।
हाँ
यार तू आया नहीं, मैंने कल बताया था कि इंटरव्यू के जाना, मेरी ट्रेन निकल जाएगी। कहाँ है तू?
हाँ यार बस आ गया, 5 मिनट में आ रहा हूँ मैं बस तेरे पास।
हेलो।
हाँ
यार बिट्टू 5 मिनट रह गए, मेरी ट्रेन निकल जाएगी। कहाँ है तू?
बस यार बाहर ही हूँ, आ रहा हूँ तू बस वेट कर, आ गया मैं।
अब नहीं आओ, निकल गई ट्रेन, 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 निकल गई ट्रेन।
काश कि आपने सही समय पर केन का इस्तेमाल सीख लिया होता तो आज हालात ऐसे न होते। इसीलिए दोस्तों कीजिए केन से दोस्ती, क्योंकि नो केन नो गेन।
उड़ान लिए, अपनी कल्पनाओं की उड़ान लिए, अपनी ख्वाहिशात की उड़ान लिए।
जी हाँ दोस्तों, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। मैं दानिश महाजन प्रोग्राम बदलते दौर में आपका स्वागत करता हूं। और प्रोग्राम बदलता दौर के डायरेक्ट सेगमेंट में आज हम आपको बेहद ही खास पर्सनैलिटी से मिलाने जा रहे हैं। हमने कई बार जिक्र किया, हमने वोकेशनल रिहैबिलिटेशन ट्रेनिंग सेंटर के डायरेक्टर को इनवाइट किया है, किन्हीं बिजी स्केड्यूल के कारण वो हमें टाइम नहीं दे पा रहे थे, लेकिन आज हम बिल्कुल उनके साथ हैं और कुछ तीखे सवाल जवाब उनसे पूछेंगे जो कम्युनिटी में इश्यूज चल रहे हैं, जो इश्यूज वीआरटीसी से रिलेटेड है। तो हम इस्तकबाल करते हैं CS रविंद्रन, जिनकी पहचान रवि सर के नाम से है, वोकेशनल रिहैबिलिटेशन ट्रेनिंग सेंटर फॉर द ब्लाइंड के डायरेक्टर। सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। सर वेलकम।
My pleasure. Thank you very much for calling me and inviting me on the stage.
जी
Yeah. Tell me what I can answer.
Yeah. So Ravi sir, you want to have this interview in English. Is there any specific reason for that?
No, there is no specific reason for that, but I'm very comfortable in the language. That's it.
Okay.
But yes, if you want me to speak in Hindi also, I'll speak. There's not a problem.
It's completely up to you. Okay, we will be bilingual in between.
Fine.
So
we can bilingual also, not a problem.
Okay, let's start the interview. And the first question, Ravi sir, in the beginning of this interview, we would like to know a bit about VRTC. So now, what is VRTC and what sort of projects are going on?
Okay. VRTC is Vocational Rehabilitation Training Center for Blind, and it's a 45 years old organization which is founded by Dr. E.M. Johnson and Mrs. Sarah Johnson. After Dr. E.M. Johnson passed away, in 2005, Mrs. Sarah Johnson was running the show. I think 1.5 years back, the board proposed my name, and I've been selected as a director to run the show. Today here we have a school for the blind. Then we have a computer science training center. Then we have stenography in English and in Hindi. And then we also have a human resources center for B.Ed, SCVR. And then we have ventured into partnership with 2-3 other organizations to see what else we can do for the disabled people or children with disability or persons with disability. One such is we have started a joint venture with, a physiotherapy center. Then we also have a speech therapy center. Then we also have an animation center, which is all a joint venture.
Okay. So yeah, we will speak in detail regarding that. So, okay, Ravi sir, yes, and listeners, it's very important to tell you here, I am also a product of Vocational Rehabilitation Training Center, and on record, I tell my listeners, hundreds of, in fact, thousands of students were employed who have got their education from the Vocational Rehabilitation Training Center, and they are successfully leading their life, they are earning their bread better. The credit goes to VRTC. Yes.
It's really nice to hear that. We are still working out on the same process, and we are still planning to go and meet the CM to give more employment for people with disabilities and especially with persons with suffering with blindness and low vision. Still we are planning. Don't worry.
Okay. So, Ravi sir, now let's come to some tough questions. And let me start this interview. The first question goes to you. An allegation which is put by some people on you is, since you have joined, since you have appointed as a director of VRTC.
Yeah.
So the main focus of yours is not to recruit blind people.
Not to recruit blind people?
Yeah, you are recruiting sighted people on the place of blind people. So you want to end up the blind employees in VRTC. Is it right?
Nobody can blame me just like that. We are recruiting. Even this year, we have recruited 2 blind, visually impaired people. One in the stenography department, one in the braille press, and one in tabla instructor also. Nobody can deny that.
But
our focus is to encourage the visually impaired people. We have no. The prime object of this institution is to promote education, vocational training, employment to the visually impaired and the low vision people. How can I go beyond that or against that? I can never do that. Don't worry.
So the number of sighted people are much higher as compared to blind people. What do you say?
See, I agree with that, but at the same time, there was no proper visually impaired people who are jobless here who I can recruit.
So,
because see, I was looking for a person who has finished B.Ed in special education.
Okay.
But I didn't get one.
Okay.
Even tomorrow, if you could send somebody, I'll definitely recruit them, number one. Okay. And looking at the caliber of the person, we need to recruit also. At certain point of time, we need the sighted people to definitely nurture, care and educate the visually impaired children. I do not know how many of the visually impaired people agree with me, but it is a fact, hardcore truth or the hardcore fact, which I think educators across the world will agree with me.
So, sir, a lot of people believe that the standard of the education is also lowered down the time you became the director, because a lot of people give the argument because in VRTC salary is very less. Sometimes those people who are employed there, they are fighting to hike their salary. So it is the reason, because in vocational rehabilitation training center people do not get good salary. Therefore, the level of the education is also getting lower down.
No. See, VRTC has a financial problem because we don't have a parental organization which gives salary to anybody. We are applying to the central government, the DDR, under the DDR scheme, only scheme available for NGOs all across the country. But in many states, the state governments come forward to give grants or matching grants to these kind of NGOs. In some states, the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan has given good grant to NGOs, have adopted these NGOs and give salaries. In some places, the celebrities or the corporate social responsibility funds or the organizations have come forward to give good salaries. But whereas in the state of Punjab, the state government is not supporting us, the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is not supporting us, and there is no CSR funds available for education in the state of Punjab. It is a very sad fact to say that there are a lot of hurdles to raise funds in the state of Punjab. I don't know why.
So do you believe if we will not give good salary, we can get still efficient people?
No, I still have a doubt because there is not much of special educators in the state of Punjab. See, I have recruited 2 of my students who finished B.Ed with me. Many of my students have just joined the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. So there are no special educators. The CDSE yesterday and today are holding a seminar in Ludhiana. They called me as a resource person. Due to my hectic schedule, I was not able to go as a resource person there. I can give you the contact. The director called me personally and said, Ravi ji, please come and give a lecture on inclusion. Because I was the first few set of people who spoke about inclusion or inclusive education in the state of Punjab. I have met 3 or 4 Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, the DGSEs, and explained what is inclusive education, but still there is a lack.
Yes, I agree with you, and I don't know why people understands your inclusion is a delusion for the blind people. Sir, there is a problem. There is another problem which worried me and a lot of viewers. Those teachers who you have recruited for the education department, the very teachers are going to teach B.Ed and D.Ed. I mean, so it will absolutely, put a bad effect on the education system. Do you agree with me?
This is the last batch that I'm going to run the D.Ed, and I'm stopping that also. See, we wanted to start it in a big way and recruit more people into the D.Ed, in the Human Resources Center. But still, since there was not proper response coming, or a lot of students are not joining us, we are planning to close down.
Did you give any kind of advertisement for that? You want to recruit people? Is there any advertisement where you told we will recruit people?
I have, see, because what is happening is, the students are not coming forward. So we are planning to close it down. This might be the last year that we are recruiting. Then we are closing it down. This program.
Okay, but if you will close the DI, but still,
we'll try something good.
No, but if you
get a good response.
No, that's agree. But still, I mean, I don't understand how the teachers who are working in education department are going and sparing their time with the B.Ed students. So it will automatically put a bad effect on the students. What do you say over it?
The more a teacher, when they learn more, they will implement more. They will bring new strategies. If they're sitting only in the school for the blind from morning till night, their educative level or their informative level will never come up. Only when they're supposed to prepare something, they will start learning new things, and then they'll start teaching to the kids also and to the other students also. And in a day, we don't take all the teachers, we take only 2 teachers out for about 2 hours, that's all.
Yeah, I agree.
Not the entire teachers. The entire set of teachers are still teaching there only. Only 2 teachers come out, and other 10 teachers or 11 teachers are always there.
So, do you believe still VRTC is running short of teachers in terms of education department?
I don't believe. See, we have recently employed a tabla instructor also. Because of the instruments that has to be played, we have appointed a special person to play on the tabla also. So we don't run short of any teachers at all.
So some of the trainings have been closed down, like telephone training, and the level of the computer training has gone.
Yeah. And second, I would like to tell my friend, ETDH system is being closed. It's not working in any part of the world. It is all now become into automatic exchanges. And when it is an automatic exchange, you can dial any of the corporate numbers that will say, if you know the number, kindly dial the extension number, or dial 9 for the operator to speak. So this is a system. We don't require those kind of operators now. That is what I feel personally. And there is no students who are coming to intake there. Instead, I thought if we could produce better teachers, the employment opportunity will be more. But even for that, no VA is coming to take admission in the D.Ed or in the B.Ed.
So whatever you are saying today, you are blaming students. You are saying students, their lack of interest, they are not showing the interest, whether in terms of telephone training, whether in terms of having jobs as a teacher. Is this what you are saying, right?
I am not blaming anybody. It's my opinion.
Conclusion. Your observation.
It's my thought. That's
okay,
right.
It's your thought. Yeah, your thought are based on the practicality, because you might have not received the numbers, therefore you have closed. Okay, so sir, now
applications.
Now I'm just getting the main issue, which is boiling in Punjab, and you won't believe, I received 20 to 30 calls for that. So thank you so much for appearing on Radio Udan. So where you are clarifying all the doubts. Sir, now the question is very serious.
Yeah.
VRTC Vocational Rehabilitation Training Center for the Blind.
Yeah.
It's been established for the betterment for the blind people as well as other disabled people. Because I tell you, मैं viewers को बता दूं कि ये VRTC में blind और orthopedic दोनों का school है. So they are doing a tremendous work, but still there are some, some good things and bad things when you work. So you need to accept the reality on the ground. Now, sir, the problem is,
Yeah.
first you gave the land for the animation center.
No. See, that is a wrong concept. People are wrongly motivated.
Yeah, let me complete. Then you explain. You explain in a length. Okay. Let me complete the question. Then you explain it.
Okay.
The point is, first you gave land on rent for the animation center, and animation center has to do nothing with the blind people. Number A. Number 2, a lot of people says that you have given rooms to NFB. Though you have given rooms to NFB on rent.
Okay.
Though people believe there should not be another organization, then third person will say we need also room, then fourth person will say on the rent you gain. But that is okay. That, for one point we believe that is for the betterment of the blind people, because blind hostel is there where blind students are studying. So agreed. Now you open up the ATM. You again gave the land. You again gave the land or to the ATM from where you are receiving the fund.
One by one, you ask the question. One by one, I'll share. I think that will be much better.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. First thing is, Animation Center was started as a social venture capital funds of an international NGO to support VRTC. And it was started as a part of VRTC. We never gave it to run to anybody. We started as a venture, a joint venture with Animation Live. Okay. But we had trained about 18 physically handicapped people and 2 hearing impaired children also. We worked out on 1 low vision child, but somewhere we were not able to get more students. So that project is winding up this year. So that will come to an end. Don't worry.
So people told me you are having 35,000 rupees as a rent.
No, see, that was not a rent. That this 6 months somebody has taken it to me as a joint venture. They said they'll give some money to VRTC to support VRTC blind school, not to Ravi. Nothing, no money comes to Ravi. I can show it to you. Whatever money comes to VRTC's betterment.
Okay, now come back to NFB.
NFB came and told me that we want to put 10 students into 2 rooms who are going to college. I said, you people will be a part of VRTC or you will maintain them? They said, we will maintain them, but we will give you some money. I said, okay, it's up to you. Then they termed it as rent and gave it to me. I never claim anything from them. They also give it directly to VRTC. They said, okay, this money which comes to VRTC, it is going into the VRTC's Blind Children's Education Fund, not to Ravi or nothing anywhere. These buildings are 30 years old buildings. We need to repair it. We need to maintain it. We have to pay electricity bills. We have to pay salaries. We have got so much of miscellaneous expenditure. From where will we get money? So when they said, sir, even I think the NFB president has promised to give us some money to paint the building also. Okay. Third thing is about the ATM.
No, before that I have a question regarding NFB. So,
yeah, please tell me.
You told you need money for repairing the building, and last year, if we remember, somebody filed an RTI, and they got if they got the details of the fund VRTC getting from center 5 to 10 lakh every year, from state 5 to 10 lakh. CBM is
Hold on. Nothing from the state. I have all the record to tell you. No money is coming from the state government of Punjab.
You are saying that RTI is wrong.
Sorry?
So you are saying on this radio station that RTI is wrong. The information provided
No,
via
no.
RTI?
So, I am not telling nobody is right, nobody is wrong. I just want to give a clarification on that. See, the application goes from the district, DSSO, DC to the state secretary or director. From there it goes to Delhi under the DDR scheme. That money comes directly from the central government to VRTC's account. But the state and the district also say that it is this NGO has got this sort of grant and they have it as a record because they have recommended it. But you can start directly asking the director at the state level that is there any amount given to VRTC from the state government. He will clarify you. Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
clear.
CVM is also funding and some people are going and donating. So doesn't make it sufficient amount for VRTC to run?
No. I will never say that we have enough funds. No. See, our budget is so high. We have got about 44 staff here. From where will we get the salary? The government of India is giving the same salary for the past 18 long years. I'm sorry, not 20 years, 18 long years. We are getting the same salaries. 4,200, 3,800, 5,200, even today. The project that gets a salary of 8,800 rupees, you think it is worthwhile that I can survive or anybody can survive with 8,800 rupees to work from day and morning, day till night?
No.
Okay. So, second thing, every year the staff demanding 10% hike, 15% hike, from where will we get? Government doesn't bother to give us anything. So we have to raise funds from here and there. And I, being a qualified man, I have finished my MPhil, I am a product of Tata Institute of Social Sciences. I feel bad to go and beg from people. I can't do that. Okay. So I have made strategies. Anybody who gives it voluntarily, well and good. The international INGOs walked back from Punjab in 2009 saying that Punjab doesn't require any fund. Capture the CSR funds, corporate social responsibility funds have to be tapped from all the private and public sectors at Ludhiana. Ludhiana being called as the Mercedes town of India, the INGO's seminar, the international seminar which was held at Delhi, they openly said, Ravi, you go and ask them, they will give you funds. But to a very sad fact, I have been asking many people, they're saying, okay, we'll think about it, we will come to you later. Maybe they come to celebrate Independence Day or Children's Day, maybe Teachers Day, or maybe a Diwali. But nobody wants to give funds for maintenance of the building, or for the staff salary, or for electricity, or any other miscellaneous expenditure. Nobody wants to fund. The people are so nice, but they say that, sir, we can sponsor a lunch. So many of the lunch or breakfast or dinner is sponsored by people. Very few people come forward to give scholarships, and that amount will not fetch anything big. Second thing is, I can openly, it's a transparent document, I can show it to anybody that I don't hide anything from anywhere. Everything can be shown to anybody and everybody if there is a need.
Okay. So ATM पर बात करते हैं अभी.
ATM. Let me come to the ATM. ATM, the bank regional manager came to me and said, this ATM is to be started for the blind people only.
But they are not giving to blind. That is the very fact.
It was open for the blind, but it is called a biometric ATM. First of its kind in Ludhiana. They selected people from Bombay, pressurized them, and they came here and they started this ATM. But unfortunately, there are very few users. So they are telling us, they are saying we want to close it. That is also another venture which is not working. We may close, we have already told, it has been closed for the last 4 months. We have told them to take away the machines. They are telling, sir, we don't know which blind school is very profitable where we can install it. So I told them, you go to Chandigarh, maybe blind users are more there. Or I said, you can go to Delhi where blind users are more there. Or I told you can also check out at Jamalpur. So they're making a survey at 3-4 places, maybe they'll shift as early as possible.
So everything is closing down. But first they set up the ATM, then you gave the another piece of land जहाँ पे पहले खड्डियां वगैरह का काम किया जाता था.
That is still going on. अभी भी चल रहा है उसमें. देखो,
I've been told
was like a jungle where it has to be maintained, where VRTC had to put 10,000 rupees to maintain or 15,000 rupees to clean the grass and cut the trees and all these things. I have given to somebody an agreement that they will maintain it.
I agree with your points. I agree with your point. But can you assure us land will not be given properly to them? They cannot claim to certain time that now we are the owner.
Nobody can claim. I will tell you. This land was purchased by the founder director at the concessional rate from the Ludhiana Improvement Trust. And very rightly, my elders, my father-in-law, my previous director, founder director, wrote the name of this VRTC on the land's paper's name. Nobody can sell it. Nobody can buy it. Nobody can even claim it. But since for the last 20 years, it was kept idle. I thought let it become renewed. Somebody can clean it. Somebody can maintain it. And I don't have so much of funds to bring in all these things.
So sir, they opened the ATM for the blind people. They are not issuing. Every time we need to show the circulars to them, they are not issuing the ATM to blind people. We need to struggle there for retrieving ATM.
Danish ji, this ATM, even we had spoken with the Punjab National Bank people, anybody who wants, any visually impaired person who wants to open an account, I can open an account at Punjab National Bank. And they also have what they call an ATM, biometric ATM next to them. I can talk about it.
So yesterday another case came up and you gave again that land to some tennis players, where blind people can play efficiently. They can play cricket, they can play other games, but now you again gave it on rent.
No, see, I'll tell you. That place is a small place where nobody can play cricket there professionally. Okay, so it's a small piece of land. It was fully bushes and trees have grown very badly. A lot of rats are moving. Sometimes even insects. Sometimes even the cows enter inside. So we thought somebody can maintain it. So I asked somebody whether we can make a tennis court. So he said, okay, we'll make a tennis court. So then he said, we'll have to invest 2 lakh of rupees to repair this whole ground area. I said, I don't have so much of money. So he said, okay, sir, we can make a tennis court also, we'll play here also, and we will maintain this also. Why don't you give? And as a token, he says, okay, I'll give some money to these blind children for their education. I said, okay.
No, that's fine. But sir, all the time, if you will say, okay, you maintain and you do it, then what would blind people do? For example, now, okay, let's have the example. Nothing
happened there. But 20 long years, nothing happened there.
But you can maintain that for the blind people. You can invest something, and blind people can play. Blind people can play there. That the ground can be prepared for the person with blindness.
See, once again, what happens? Now, every month we'll have to maintain the ground because it was an agricultural cultivatable land where a lot of grasses, wild grasses grow there every month. Every 3 months we have to spend at least 3,000 to 5,000 rupees to clean it, to cut it. Where I don't have so much of funds to maintain this ground. I don't have funds to maintain my this old school where buildings where I have a school.
So when the ground will be prepared, will blind people be allowed there to play?
No, only people who can play tennis can play there.
It will be a tennis. So don't you think it's a completely injustice to the blind people? Land for them, but other people are playing. They are banned at their own houses.
See, let us not talk at the. Let us be very positive in talking about the place. That place was not used for 25 long years. It was only grasses grown up to the hip. Nobody was there from VRTC to even cut. Nobody even bothered to look at that. I thought let us clean it. I had cut many number of times with my own hands. Okay, but nobody came to my rescue. But when somebody is willing to maintain it for a small, and he is willing to, instead of getting money from me, he says, I'll give money to VRTC. If you allow me to make a tennis court, I said, okay, for 1 year we will see what he is doing. Otherwise we'll close down.
some people are saying Ravi sir is completely failed to run the VRTC, and if he gives us on, we can even pay 1 lakh rupees monthly and we can run more efficiently. Did you get kind of proposal?
I never ever made the statement to anything. My school is running very well. I have not disturbed my school. I have not disturbed anything inside this old campus at all. My experiments was only with the new campus where everything was kept idle, where nothing was being used. Instead of appreciating my efforts, nobody bothered. Everybody is criticizing. It's a sad fact.
No, that's why we have invited you to clarify your position. And at the beginning of the program, we do appreciate, and I have said on record that hundreds of students been recruited with the efforts of VRTC. So nobody is denying your good work at all. But the only thing we are worried, which we are asking now, you are saying this.
By making a tennis court, you think it is it's injustice. I don't know what to tell you. It's a very sad fact.
But sir, there is no ground for the blind people and handicapped people, but there is a land, those people who are giving money, but I will surely ask some question regarding that.
See, all the money is nothing, no money is given to me, all the money comes to VRTC only. Every money that comes to VRTC only, nothing comes to me.
So, yes. No, I am not putting allegation that you are earning the money. Even if it is coming to VRTC, why there is no playground for the handicapped and blind people?
Earlier also there was no place to play there. It was only full thorny bushes. We have space to play inside this campus. Maybe if you want more place, we can go there also and play. We can take the place and play whenever there is a sports. We children don't play every day. We are trying to bring that culture. Maybe somebody get excited to play. Maybe we can try asking the low vision children to play. I will definitely work out on that to ask them to play tennis there. If anybody low vision a child wants to play tennis, we will definitely try to include them.
So another thing, you gave this physiotherapy center on rent as well?
No, physiotherapy center is also not on rent. It is a joint venture. That's all. Whatever the earnings is there, the doctor will take 50%, we give 50% to VRTC. See, all these rooms were kept idle, and as a part of a rehabilitation center, every day there are many people come to me and asking for schools. This morning, 2 people came. One was a mild mental retarded child, and one was a child who can't speak. But yes, they've made cochlear implants. From some schools, somebody referred my name. They said, you go to him, he will give you the guidance. The parent was from Delhi. They're saying, sir, in Delhi we never had a problem. Every school adopted this child. But here no school is taking the child. What should we do? We don't want to put a child inside of special school. What should we do? I said, you are in Ludhiana, ma'am, you are not in Delhi. So we need to understand. I said, what you do is you go to the best physiotherapist or you go to the best speech therapist. Try to get the child rehabilitated and try to put the child at the BC Maria Model School where the principal is very nice. They'll take it. So they were saying, sir, why don't you start inclusion? Why don't you put HIH child also here, MR child also here, autistic child also here, visually impaired child also here? I said, I don't have much funds to run it. That lady was kind enough to say that, sir, because you have infrastructure, I can come and help you out. I said, no ma'am, this is basically a school for the blind. I don't want to meddle up the school for the blind.
So, sir, the question is very interesting. Now, listeners might have wanted to listen from your side. You said all the funds, whether it's coming from the bank, from the ground, from the physiotherapy center, from the animation, is coming to VRTC. And you said we are lack of funds. Then where the fund is going?
See, all put together also, our budget is about 6 lakh of rupees a month. We still don't get 6 lakhs from all these ventures. We get maximum of 1 lakh of rupees or 1.1 lakh of rupees from all these ventures. You can calculate and see. Sometimes we get 1.20, sometimes we get 1.40. But my fixed expenditure is 6 lakhs of rupees every month. Still we are going under the budget. So we are running around here and there to collect funds. And a lot of people are willing to only sponsor the boarding charges. They say we'll give you food. We can't repair your buildings. Last week also I was with the chairman asking him to get one solar panels for VRTC maybe which can supply power to us, because to cut down the cost on the electricity, we have no other choice. So we are asking somebody to install solar panels in the institution. They have promised us, but I don't know when it's going to come.
ओके मैं लिसनर्स को बताऊं कि हमने अभी रवि सर से पूछा था, आपने सबसे पहले एटीएम के लिए जमीन को रेंट पे दे दिया, आपने एनिमेशन सेंटर खोला, उसको रेंट पे दे दिया, जबकि एनिमेशन सेंटर का दृष्टिहीन लोगों से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। फिर आपने टेनिस ग्राउंड भी रेंट पर दे दी और उसमें ब्लाइंड अलाउड नहीं है, जो सिर्फ टेनिस खेल सकते हैं वही जा सकते हैं। आपने फिजियोथेरेपी सेंटर को रेंट पे दे दिया, जिसको आप जॉइंट वेंचर के नाम से कह रहे हैं। तो आखिर ये फंड कहां जाता है? इस पर रवि सर का कहना है कि हमारा जो बजट है वो 6 लाख रुपए का है महीने का। इन सारा जो रेंट को मिला लिया जाए तो ये लगभग 1,20,000 या 40,000 आता है और हमें ये कम पड़ जाता है। So Ravi sir, another thing which people are worried, you hired BG ma'am as a medical representative because nurse ma'am has resigned or she completed her job, so she does not have the, she is not qualified for the post, and medical is a very, very serious issue, so you cannot hand over to anyone and everyone. So people called me and tell this is going on. What is your take on it?
About the nurse you're talking about?
Yeah, busy ma'am, you handed over the responsibility to busy ma'am.
No. See, it is not responsible to Vijay ma'am. She takes the child to the nearest doctor. We have tied up with 3 doctors. One is Dr. Nitin Sood, who visits VRTC every week. So she takes the child there, or when he says take the child, hospitalize the child, I rather take the child to Raman Hospital or hospitalize in case of any emergency, or Dr. Bakshi is right opposite to them, and Dr. Raman, she doesn't handle any kind of medicine.
Why people are putting these allegations on you? What do you think? Why people are trying to pull you, pull you?
Danish, we need to understand so many things. I don't know why a lot of people don't want me to sit on the seat. I don't know why. Okay, I can assure you that nothing goes wrong. If Vijay ma'am gives medicines, you imagine the plight. She just distributes the medicine what the doctor tells her to give. She's just a helper, that's all.
She is a helper, okay. फिर हम रवि सर से पूछा कि बीजी मैम को आपने जो कि हेल्पर हैं उनको आपने नर्स कैसे बना दिया? उन्होंने कहा कि वो अभी भी हेल्पर हैं, उनका काम इतना है बच्चों की हॉस्पिटल में ले जाना और उन्हें जो डॉक्टर ने मेडिसिन डिफाइन की है वो देना। So, are you satisfied with the job and are you satisfied with the way VRTC is going on?
See, I will rather say that I will have to improve more. I will definitely improve VRTC. This is my assurance to people or to the visually impaired children.
Yes, people are listening you now from in not only India but in more than 100 countries, and a lot of friends.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, if we speak about the achievements on the VRTC in last decade, what would be the highlights of the VRTC? Would you like to share with the listeners?
See, in the last 1 decade, earlier what happened was, I think VRTC is still giving good education in the state of Punjab, while comparing to other states or other regions of Punjab. Yes, we still want to improve the situation, but there are a lot of ifs and buts because lack of funds. Second thing is, I had applied to start a model school for promoting inclusive education. I have submitted a proposal to 3-4 agencies. They said, Ravi, this is a wonderful project, but they didn't want to, start it at Ludhiana. Still it is at the pipeline. They are willing to start it either at Odisha or at Rajasthan or at UP or at Bihar. But I was not willing to go. Very simple as that. The last 10 years, I have been trying various kind of skill development program to develop VRTC. But at the end of the time, what I would always tell is an institution should, self-sustainable institution should come up. Only when it has got some kind of activities which brings in income, it can sustain. Otherwise, the NGO or any kind of NGO which is serving to the catering to the needs of disabled people will collapse. The second thing that I want to tell people is, if you look at the other disability area, the HI area, the MR area, the autistic area, or even the CP area, where the NGO charges them 2,500, 3,500 rupees, 4,500 rupees and run the NGO. But School for the Blind never charges all across the country. In spite of all this, we are still sustained, we are still making a lot of project managements, sustainable project managements. We are even trying to, sustain our buildings, our ventures, so that in the future also this may go. As a director, I feel in the next 10 years, maybe I'm here, maybe I'm not there, but I will collect enough funds and I'll make it as a corpus so that the interest that comes from out of the corpus will keep this institution alive till I don't know how long. It will keep on going.
Okay. जब हमने रवि सर से ग्रांट के बारे में पूछा कि आरटीआई से पता चला है कि आपको स्टेट और सेंटर से काफी ग्रांट आती है, तो उन्होंने कहा हमें सेंटर से आती है, स्टेट से हमें कोई ग्रांट नहीं आती है। और जितनी ग्रांट आती है उन्होंने कहा वो वीआरटीसी को दी जाती है, ना कि रवि को। और मेरे पास अभी भी इतना बजट नहीं है कि मैं ग्राउंड्स को ब्लाइंड लोगों के लिए मेंटेन कर सकूं, और ताकि इवन मेरे पास इतना पैसा भी नहीं है कि मैं हर साल पेंटिंग करवा सकूं। मुझे जहां से वॉलंटियर पैसा मिलता है, तो मैं कॉर्पोरेट थिंकिंग है मेरी, मैं किसी से भीख नहीं मांग सकता, मैं प्लान्स एग्जीक्यूट करता हूं और वहां से फंड रेज करता हूं। उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि डीएड जल्दी बंद हो जाएगी और एटीएम भी बंद होने के कगार पे है, क्योंकि बच्चे बायोमेट्रिक एटीएम का यूज नहीं करते हैं। So sir, why don't you open up advanced computer training center? You have the computers, but I personally feel there is a problem with the teachers are not well educated for teaching to the blind people. I've been strongly told this. So can we see improvement, drastic improvement in technology in coming years? Because people are not satisfied the way computer center is going on.
Yeah, we will definitely try to work out on that. But what I was thinking was to start the Photoshop, to Corel Draw, or the animated or the website designing. I was thinking into relating into that. I thought I can improve the low vision children working out on that. But still they had a lot of minute problem to color and to paint and to draw these sketches. So I failed there. Let me be very clear to you.
So you are talking about low vision all the time. You are not talking about the blind people.
See, for them what happens is, they are not able to, that we don't have any proper devices or software which can read bars, diagrams, which becomes a difficult.
No, sir, you are wrong. We have the devices. I think you are not aware of that. There are many devices. We can tell you later on.
No, we have it, but at this part of the state we don't have.
I tell you, for example, our program manager Jyoti Malik, she designed our website, and she is very very technically sound, and she is also a product of VRTC. You will be proud of that.
I know.
Yeah. So she is completely blind. Yeah.
See, Dhanashji, I will tell you one important thing. Whether the child is visually impaired or not, if the child's IQ is 100 plus, definitely the child can excel in any field that the child wants. But in a cluster of group of children, you have children who's got an IQ of 60 to about 140. Maybe you will have 2 or 3 bright students out of the 20 or 30 students, for which developing a course, and Ludhiana, a lot of people don't come. Whereas at Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, where the IT hubs are there are a lot of scopes there, so they run down there. Okay. So they get their students. In Ludhiana as such, you don't find many of them. Only about 3% of the people come to me and say, sir, we want to do advanced training program. Many of them, you can come and meet me or meet our children over there. We're struggling to teach the basic science, basic computer science to these children.
So, sir,
Raju Moria is here. Raju Moria came to me and said, sir, this boy is blind. I'm sorry for him, but he doesn't understand the basics. I said, Raju, if you tell me this, where will I go? where will the child go? I said, with folded hands, please try to improve the child. So there's a lot of practical difficulties that arise out of the situation. We can talk, we can give a wonderful speech saying that I can do this. But while implementing the child at Ludhiana, any child who's got an IQ of 140 or 130, the child won't be in Ludhiana. He or she will definitely go up to Delhi or to Chandigarh. This is a fact. A lot of people don't talk on this. Educationalists always feel that the child's IQ should be developed as early as possible. And especially we feel that the developing pace of the intelligent quotient, when the child is 2 or 3, till 6, 7, if you could put any amount of input into the child becomes better and will have a...
So why VRTCs fail to develop the students to that certain level what you are talking about?
No, see, the child comes to me at age 5. Today a child who is 11 years old. There's lack of awareness in the...
The voice is breaking now.
But the simple people as a charitable mode only. Nobody is them Nobody is coming forward. All the school principals should come forward and say, okay, come. Every child come into my school. If all the schools of Ludhiana adopt at least 2 students, I think the entire VRTC students will be in good schools. But that doesn't happen.
Okay.
So one child, I don't know whether you know the child, one fellow from VRTC went and joined Guru Nanak Public School. He is excelled. He's got 9.5 bands in his metric. He's studying at CBSE school. So what happens is, every child can't become a developer, web developer.
Yeah.
Every blind child can't become a web designer.
That's
okay.
right.
So
That's
you have
right.
to look at the possibilities. If I definitely have more people, I should definitely start it. And I will start it, don't worry.
Okay. तो सर एक इशू पीछे से उठा था, बच्चे डीसी के पास गए थे, खाने को लेके, सफाई को लेके इशू उठे थे, तो उस पर थोड़ा सा बात करेंगे. खाने का लेवल अक्सर VRTC में उठता रहता है, खाना अच्छा नहीं है, सफाई अच्छी नहीं है, उस पर क्या वर्किंग चल रही है? और डू यू चाहे वो टॉयलेट्स की बात करें, चाहे वो एक रूम में ज्यादा बच्चे हों. जी.
I have 3 sweepers appointed now, cleaning every day and night. Then I have 3 cooks and 2 helpers in the kitchen to cook properly every time. And I have one supervisor, even I myself go and supervise now.
That's great.
Okay. Last year what happened, I was, in Delhi for some work for a week. One fellow went on leave, the other fellow became sick and nobody to handle the issue, and then things went wrong. See, in a big institution, small things also happen. One needs to understand, and I think I understood that, and I came and I appointed an additional person. He said only one can take a leave or a holiday during once. 2 people should not go on leave. And I appointed 2 helpers. I said food should be, I told them, you are eating the same food, I will also eat the same food. Then we will give it to the children. The children should get the best food. This is my thought. I personally look into the kitchen work, into the stores also now. Whether it is 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we are handling all the issues to the maximum extent, best possible manner. And I assure you, till I am here, I will do my best.
Ji. So what are the challenges you are facing now? Because sometimes we are witnessing the sexual assaults are increasing in the special, I won't say VRTC, I would say in special schools. In many schools, cases are increasing, and sometimes one man cannot keep an eye on entire issues. So what kind of challenges you are facing now to run biggest institute like VRTC?
See, not only VRTC, in general, let me tell you, any NGO that doesn't get proper funds has to run for funds. First thing. If I don't give good salary to my staff, I won't be able to have good staff. First thing. Second thing is to maintain cleanliness, to give them good food, to maintain the buildings, to paint the buildings every year. We need funds. So funds play a very important role. We sometimes run to the political people, sometimes we run to the celebrity people, sometimes we run to the corporate sector asking for some donation. We say, sir, okay, you can write your name also. We have no problem, we have no issues. That kind of situation is always there. Second thing is when we are looking at the children, the staff is also a big hurdle. You can't get specially trained staff at all part of the country. Where even RCA has reported saying that we won't be able to give such huge amount of manpower to the CBSE schools. Third thing is the level of education has drastically improved. When I was in school, my school system was something else. But today the technological advancement and the technological development phase that took place in a very massive scale. And we are trying to do that. But still, we are lacking somewhere to give. We can only give concrete subjects or concrete concepts to the visually impaired. There are a lot of unknown mystical sciences, a lot of abstract concepts which cannot be given to every child, which can't be understood by everybody. As a manager or as a person at the management level, to keep intact with all the staff without money is a big challenge.
So, sir, as you earlier said, the funds are going to VRTC. The funds are not going to Mr. As you earlier said, funds are going to VRTC, not to Mr. Ravi. So you have so many challenges. You have so many challenges to run this institute. What committed you to run this in spite of all the challenges and hardships you are facing?
See, basically, when I took over, I think one of the INGO people came to the management, spoke to them saying that we need a young person to support, maybe he'll be able to run it in a proper way. And so the management invited me to take the chair. I took the chair, but I tell you the truth that I've improved drastically. And in years to come, I know that I will have sufficient funds to run my school in a most efficient manner.
We pray and wish for that.
I assure you that. But initially there is a struggle, but definitely I will show so much of improvement in a couple of years' time, believe me. Or if I won't be able to do, I'll walk out. Very simple as that.
Sir, is there is another charge on VRTC? Whosoever students comes up and raise their voice against management, they've been threatened to expel them. How do you see it?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
The question is another charge on VRTC, those students or management, whosoever comes up and speaks against the management, they've been threatened to expel.
No, this is a wrong thought. See, a school, a child should be disciplined. According to me, any child, irrespective of disability or not, a child who studies in school should be disciplined. If a child who is not disciplined, the management or the school principal will have to warn the child, saying that if you do the mistake once again, we'll have to send back you home. So that if the child thinks it in a negative manner, I think I will not agree on that. You can ask any teacher about it, or you can ask any principal about it. You can ask any learned person about it, that every child should be disciplined.
Where do you think students and staff should also cooperate with the management?
The students should not unnecessarily create a havoc. You know, students should. One day a child comes inside my office and said, "Sir, listen to me." I said, "Hello, you're a student. You're not my boss." You know, then he says, "Sir, you're not trying to understand my point." I said, "Well, you think I'm an uneducated man, I'm not able to understand, and you are in +1? You think you're more qualified, you're more smarter, you have more sense?" Then I told him, "See, what letter I have received, I'll have to act accordingly. Please don't teach me." That's what I told him. Then he says, "Okay, sir, you're overqualified man, we can't teach you. Okay, now you decide." That kind of thought comes to a child. A child who is at a teenage, especially a +1, +2 student, becomes vigorous. You know, not only in the disabled sector, it is of course everywhere.
You think they've been provoked by some NGOs and the staff?
Sorry?
do you think that students been provoked by the staff or the other NGOs?
Maybe one or two staff or one or two teachers who have been provoked them. But I don't take it in a negative manner. A child has to nurture in a nice manner. He has to explore every kind of situation. But the respect should be there. Sometimes when the child doesn't respect the elders, then I think, yes, the teacher or as a elder of the school, I need to shout at them or I need to train them, I need to teach them in a nice manner.
तो स्टूडेंट्स को सर ये भी बता दें वीआरटीसी में अगर किसी ने एडमिशन लेनी हो तो इज इट ओपन टू इंटायर इंडिया और इज इट ओनली फॉर द पंजाब एंड व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस?
No, it's open to any person, but the child should be a visually impaired child. That's only the criteria. Now we are not admitting even the physically challenged because the government of India says let them go and study in a normal school under the SSA plan. The government has clearly given us instructions to take only the visually impaired child, and we are adhering to the government of India and to all the norms of Punjab School Education Board also. Since our school is affiliated with the Punjab School Education Board, you can go to the Punjab School Education Board and you can see all our teachers' photographs and all our children's photographs also studying in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
So, what would be your message for the listeners?
My message for the listeners is that there will be hundreds of people talking behind the management. But we assure you that we are committedly working for the cause for which we have been chosen or for which we have come all the way from wherever we are. We are committedly and dedicatedly working here. I can assure you that. And anybody who wants to talk or anybody who wants to have a healthy criticism, you are openly welcome.
Thank you so much, Ravi sir. I think you might have enjoyed this interview and you have dispelled the doubts of thousands of listeners. And I also hope you will give your support in near future to Radio Udan as well. Thank you so much for appearing in this interview.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure, Danish. My pleasure. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless all the listeners. Thank you.
Thank you.